Stronger together. Stronger, stronger together.
They're a little upset with me because I've got everything I own on the bed. Now, when I say everything I own, I just mean the stuff that was hanging in the closet, not the stuff in the drawers. I still got drawers to go. America, we own too much crap to the tune of 1.875 billion square feet per... Okay, what's going on here? Something was weird out there, and now he got spooked, and he wants to come up here. What? Dog break, sorry. The big boy, the Chow Chow. When he wants up here, it's because something got spooked. Come on if you want. I don't care. If you need to feel better, then come on up here. Come on. Come on, Attila. You never make an appearance on the show, do you? He's like, what is all this crap? See? See how a dog responds to crap? They're like, what is all this crap? Exactly. A mink stole. I have a mink stole because my mother had a mink stole. My mother had this mink stole since I was a kid. It belonged to someone in her family. It's over 100 years old. What do I do with a 100-year-old piece of fur? Speaking of pieces of fur. There we go, big boy. It's got to be something if he's in front of the cameras. Yeah, I know, huh? Normally you're the little camera hound. Then, of course, I've got a priest Cossack. I've got Luther Vandross's old jacket from one of his old videos or something. I don't know what this is over here. I've got one-piece motorcycle outfits. I've got like 50 t-shirts. I've already thrown away 47 pairs of socks and 12 pairs of underwear. How many pairs of underwear do you need? I kept 10 pair. That's one a day plus 3 extra. If you need more than that, you don't need more underwear or a bigger underwear drawer. Honey, you need Depends. Okay? I mean, that's just the way that is. 1.875 billion square feet of storage space in America that we consume. 40,000 plus storage places run by 2,000 plus entrepreneurs. The first one being built in Texas in the 1960s. The average person will move 11 times in their life and stores, on average, 15 months inside a storage facility. Why? Well, houses have gone from 1,600 to 2,400, so we have more space. We're buying more stuff. Second, we are the #1 consumers of crap in the world. We buy more tchotchkes, more clothing, more everything than any other country. Now, I will say that I might be a little exception to the rule because I'm a performer. So this priest Cox is from my Live to Tell video. I might need it for Halloween or something. And I went snow skiing once with Andrew and Big Bear one time. I went screaming down the side of a hill. And so I had to have a one-piece snow outfit to go snow skiing. Now, I'll never wear it again ever, but what if I get rid of it and suddenly it snows? I've got to sort through all of this and figure out what I'm going to keep. America, it's time to purge. It's time to clean our closets because it's symbolic. Okay? Can I just tell you what I've been doing for the last few weeks? I've been purging everything. Everything everywhere around this house is being purged. Poor Attila and Ember, they're just afraid that I'm just going to throw them out with something too. I've been throwing everything out. It feels great. A, get some new stuff for yourself. Get rid of some old stuff and get some new stuff. B, just lighten your load. You know, how much crap does America have in its closet? And I don't just mean we, the people, with our 1.875 billion square feet of storage space in America. I mean, how much crap does America have? How much clutter is there in the American life? It is time to declutter. There are many great websites out there that have great resources. I'll have all that at my website, reallykarel.com. What I'm going to do is the 30-day rule, and this is what you need to do, okay? I want you to go through your house, tchotchkes and everything. The first rule, clean it, fix it, or get rid of it. If you haven't touched it for 30 days, clothing, 3 months, okay? I haven't worn this priest Cossack in 3 months. I'm probably going to get rid of it. Should I ever need a new one, I'll go and have another one made by a seamstress, and it'll be great fun. The mink stole. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might give it to my sister. It's a keepsake. It was my mother's. My mother loved it, but I don't really need a mink stole. The one-piece motorcycle suit, I don't know. All I know is it's time to get rid of stuff. But what do you get rid of? What do you get rid of? I have to sit up and talk to you about this, you two doggies. A lot of you might be saying, Karel, it might be easy for you to get rid of stuff, but I just can't do it. And you're living in clutter because you attach a memory to a thing. Believe me, I know. You know, we film here at my house, Park Howard, and Park Howard is filled with so much things, and every single one of them has a memory. Either a memory of being an entertainer, you know, so-and-so signed this, or so-and-so gave me that, or a memory attached to my late husband, Andrew, who passed away, things that he owned or that he bought or he liked. I have things from my mother, just if you're old enough and your parents have passed away, you have stuff from your parents that are around. So you attach an emotional value to an item, to a shirt, to a pair of shorts, to a doll, to tchotchkes. And suddenly you're living with a lot of stuff and a lot of memories and a lot of ghosts. It's really good once a year, to, I don't care if it's spring, summer, winter, to go through everything you own, every drawer, every closet, everything, clean it out and purge it out. And don't be afraid to get rid of the memories. Because guess what? You'll never forget whoever it might be and whatever it is that you have of theirs. I have a really special case in point. There was something here at Park Howard that was almost identified as a very unique Karel and Andrew thing. It was something our friends talked about. It was something when people came over, they marveled at. And just a few days ago, I made a very big decision, just like that it was time for this tradition to end and for this bit of memorabilia to go. When you see what it was and you see how I'm going to get rid of it, it's probably going to upset a whole lot of you. But it's part of the purge. You got to get rid of things. You got to change. You got to grow. So what am I getting rid of? Well, 200 plus. I'll tell you in a minute. Right now I got to see what's up with my dogs. But there are dogs in here. in this area. Over here. I think Attila looks good next to Sequins, by the way. I know there's Sequins in here. Did you see? Look. There's Sequins. I look like a drag queen, don't I? There's more Sequins and rainbow Sequins. Angelina Jolie is Esther. A touching story. Hi there! Daddy's about to get in trouble with his viewers. What do you think about that? You think you'll just chew because she doesn't care. She doesn't care what's in there. She doesn't care. That's a chimenea. And we're doing the purge here. Because I was going to tell you a story. And it's funny that Ember just started chewing without regard. Because it really is important that you not regard what you're seeing right now as something horrible. When I first met Andrew, it was 1989. My late husband, and we went traveling a lot. Some for business, as an entertainer, still am. Some for his HIV. We had to travel up to Stanford and Palo Alto a lot for drug studies. We were poor, but we got around. Now, Andrew, very early on, well, the truth be told, we didn't have a lot of money for souvenirs. We were broke. I was often getting the hotel room comped because we were reviewing the place or something, and we just didn't have a lot of money. So Andrew would want a souvenir, and he would reach in the drawer, and he would take the Bible, okay? And then he would open it up, and he would write where we're at, and he would take it home with us, okay? Now, that started with just a single Bible. It became a tradition, and suddenly, every time we were in a hotel room, which was quite a few times, he would take the Bible. When we did our cross-country trip for KFI, starting at the beginning of the 10 freeway in Santa Monica and ending in Jacksonville, Florida, all through the Bible Belt, he took the Bibles. He even Bible skated in the South, and our producer wouldn't be in the hotel room with us because he threw 2 Bibles on the carpet, and he said, "Look how you can slide on them." And she said, "You are going to hell," and she walked right out. People get really touchy when you do anything with this book, just the book itself, the printed book, the paper, the binding, the book. I'm in publishing. This is a book. It's perfect bound. It's X amount of pages, printed double-side, black ink. To me, it's a book. but to so many, it's so much more. Well, so Andrew started saying to people, since he was a rabid atheist, that the reason he was taking the Bibles was to make sure that dangerous propaganda didn't fall into the hands of susceptible children or young adults. After a while, Andrew actually started to believe it. He felt that it was inappropriate to have a Christian Bible in a hotel room. By the way, in Hawaii, they have the Book of Buddha. At the, not the Westons, the Hyatts, they have the Book of Mormon because they're owned by Mormons. Bet you didn't know that. And then we stayed several places that had the Quran because they were owned either by Saudis or Muslims, the hotel chains. Over in Paris, the George Cinq. I have Bibles in here in Chinese. I have Qurans. I have everything. So, but the Qurans aren't in here. I don't think. I don't think so. What's in here, okay, and why this is part of the purge is, over the years it became a tradition, and after Andrew died, for the last 16 years, I've continued to take the Bibles. Now, a lot of you think we're Bible thieves. We're not. If you see this, it's placed by the Gideons. In 2000 on KFI radio, we told the story, and we had the head of the Gideons on. Now, the Gideons started because Christian businessmen would travel, and space was at a premium on a train and the like, and they didn't want to take their Bibles with them, but they wanted to have access to a Bible, because we're talking about the 1800s and early 1900s, and people wanted to have access to their Bibles because they were so Christian. The industrialist of our early America. Anyway, so to save them taking a Bible, which is kind of heavy, actually, to save them taking it with them, the Gideon, this group of businessmen that would become the Gideons, started placing Bibles in hotel rooms for other Gideon members to have when they traveled. They then expanded that to every room, and they encourage you, actually, to take the Bible if you so want. That it's not a crime to take the Bible out of the hotel room. The Gideons actually encourage you. I don't think they encourage you to take them to remove dangerous propaganda from the hands of children, but take them we did. So in this purge that I'm going through, now that my mind is clear of drugs except cannabis, there's no Percocet, there's no Somas and all of that, and I'm looking to the future, I thought to myself, we were moving something outside, and some of these fell down. We had them all over the house. I had over 200 of these, 240 Bibles. It's a lot of hotel rooms over the years. And they fell down. And my roommate, Esteban Cabral, said, why don't you just get rid of them? I'm asking a lot of you to look around your house and see what you don't need, to look around your life and see what you don't need, to look around your country and see what you don't need. What can you live without? The notion of getting rid of 25 years of collecting Bibles, just like that, it was frightening. My heart skipped. I didn't know what to do. I thought I should call someone and ask, do you think I should get rid of the Bibles? What do you think I should do? And then suddenly I said, let them go. Let's let them go. So I got a dolly, that's how many, okay? I got a dolly out of the garage, and I dollied them out to the recycle bin. Now, some of you have already heard my radio show on this and said, why didn't you give them to a church? You want the truth? Andrew would not want these to go to Christians. This book hurt me growing up. The misinterpretation of this book to this very day hurts me. There are states right now, I don't know when you're watching this, I'm in 2016, in March of 2016. There are 11 states right now passing religious freedom laws that will allow people to discriminate against people like me, again, in the name of the distortion of this book. Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Donald Trump, they all distort this book to hurt, to oppress, and oppose. I hate this book. There, I said it. No, I don't hate the actual book. I've read it. It's not that interesting, really. But I hate what people have done with it over the years. They have done everything except what it says to do. To love each other, to accept each other. I hate it. I hate this book. And I realized that when I was looking at 240 of them. Why do you have almost a ton of books in your house if you really hate what this stands for? Now, I don't hate you if you're a Christian, and if you love everybody, and if you're about acceptance and live and let live, and I won't judge you. My God will judge you, not me. If that's you, hey, we're okay. We're fine. But most people that pretend to be a person that follows this book, that's not them. They're right now on the TV telling me how I'm the problem, how me getting married is still the problem, how people like me wanting to use a bathroom of their gender is a problem. I'm hearing governors and I'm hearing presidential candidates all talk about how I'm a problem again, and they all are using this as a reason. So I put 230 of them in a recycle bin. I watched the recycle truck come. I felt bad. I felt wrong. I'm an atheist. I do not believe this book was written by God. I know that it was written by men who never met God, and it's a translation approved by several popes several hundreds of years later. This is no more the word of God than this is a spaceship. It's just, I'm sorry if you believe that it is. It's not. Okay? It's just not. It's time we start actually having real conversations. So I put 230 in the recycle bin. And I felt horrible. I felt bad. I felt like I was doing something wrong. I felt like if anyone found out, they would turn me in, that people would come to the house. I really felt this. And on Friday, when they came to get them, I watched the bin dump. And the face of the garbage man, when he saw what was in there, he stopped. He didn't know what to do. And I said, I'm recycling these. These are my Bibles, and I'm recycling them. Actually, some guy was trying to get him out of the trash can about 2 hours earlier. Some Asian gentleman. Oh, I take to my church. I shoot him away. He was a Bible thief. Get away from my Bibles. I hope they're turned into porn or something. The New York Times or Wall Street Journal, whatever. I don't know. But I watched them get eaten by the thing, and I got closure. And so I took the first 10 that Andrew collected, these, from Paris and Amsterdam and our first world trip. And I put them in this chimenea because Andrew really hated this book, and these are the ones he collected. And because Christians, in the name of their Lord, have done such harm to so many, and because it's just a book. And if you're a Christian, you need to realize it's just a book, okay? It's a book. And you can burn it, and nothing will happen to you. Now, I'm not going to burn these on TV. Not because I'm afraid, but because I'm doing it for Andrew. These are his. These are the ones that he collected first. And if I was ever to get rid of them, he would want me to burn them. I know he would want me to burn them. A, because he'd want to piss people off. He'd want to push that button and say, it's just a book. It's like burning a Harry Potter novel. It's like burning Stephen King books. It's just a book. And second of all, he would want to watch them burn. He really would. So one night, when I'm by myself probably, I will soak one of these in lighter fluid, and I will toss it in here, and I will set these 10 Bibles on fire. You'll never know when or if I've done it, but the fact that I'm going to is going to make some of you hate me. The fact that I'm going to is going to disappoint so many of you. And yet you'll never know that I did it. That's how powerful this particular book's hold is on you and so many others. And that's why one night when we're a little chilly, we're going to make s'mores to a roaring fire. This house is now almost 2 tons lighter. My life is a lot lighter. And all because I realized that these Bibles aren't Andrew, that this doesn't symbolize our life together, and that something he and I might have done may not be something I want to continue. And I don't want these around my house. I just don't even want to look at them. And I'd rather they just be gone. Purge, people, and get rid of something that you thought you never, ever would. It's exciting. You'll feel amazing. And no, you can't come to my house and have any of these Bibles. I'm going to burn them, whether you like it or not. I'm just never going to tell you when or if. Oh, but isn't that a visual? We're funky. I said funky. I don't have any fines here today. No fines here. Although I wish Ray Fiennes were here. I like him. He did nice things. Which one's playing Michael Jackson? Is that Rel? The white one. The white Ray Fiennes. Oh, it is the Karel Cast. I am Karel. So very glad you are joining me. You know, on a previous Karel Cast Life in Segments and a Karel Life in Segments here on TV, love you all. All of you that are watching me on TV, I get your emails. I do. Feedback at reallykarel.com. I get them. At my website, reallykarel.com. And I thank you. And for your tweets of support. Thank you. Loving you. I have to take a moment here on the Karel Cast and on Karel Life in Segments to say something that I haven't said ever before. Well, that's nothing new. This is the second season of my TV show and the 20th year of my radio show. And I feel like I'm doing the first show of the season. And actually, when you're hearing this, we are wrapping season 2. Going to take a 2-month break and come back with season 3, which in and of itself just sounds so, I don't even know. If you'd have told me 2 years ago, I'd be saying that. I'd have said, I don't know how. And now I have 3 talented people surrounding me, making me look fabulous. I have wonderful guests that come on the show. I have not been present in season 2. In fact, I can barely watch it for 2 reasons. Number 1, after the loss of Pippa, everything was just a fog to me for a couple months. My grief was so overwhelming that I medicated it not just with cannabis, but with the Percocet, with the Soma. It hurt. It physically hurt my body, and it hurt my soul. It did. And it's my little puppy that pulled me out of it. Really, I'm not making that up. And this TV show and me not being done yet. I had a decision to make, and so do we, America. And not just in 2016 with Donald Trump. We have a decision to make moving forward. Are we done yet? Are you done yet? You see, I had to ask myself, I'm 53. At 55, AFTRA will let me go out on disability, and I have a real disability. I could be done. In 18 months, that's it. I could be done. Retired. Disabled. Was I ready for that? No. So I needed to clear my head, and I needed to get away from the opiates, of which we consume 80% of the world's opiates. I stood on this show in season 2, and I held a bottle of opiates in my hand, and I told you all that those 90 pills would last me a while. That was a lie. They lasted me 14 days. 1.5, 4 times a day is what I had to take for my back. Well, now I haven't. Am I in pain? I am. I'm in pain right now. I'm standing oddly because I hurt. But I would much rather hurt with a clear head and get my life back in order than to stand here in a fog. Now, I don't think as a country we're done. I just think like the Pat Benatar that song that was playing, or like the journalist that I talked to, Mr. Shea, that embedded in Iraq, what he said about our disconnect with our war, our disconnect with what ISIS and ISIL really are and the threat that they really pose and threats that they don't pose. The overall disconnect. Our disconnect with ourselves to where we let ourselves eat poisons and be fat and be medicated and be so unhappy that we take antidepressives, and if that doesn't work, add another one in, and then if that doesn't work, add in Abilify, and then add in this, and then add in that, and suddenly you're taking more pills than you're eating fruits and vegetables. If every single one of you ate a serving of fruit and vegetables as often as you take a pill, you wouldn't need the frickin' pill. I know. I know there's real pain out there, but I just have to say I like the cameras being in front of me today. I like being alive on my show again. I like being me. Don't you like being you? Obviously not. We don't like being us. We let a man abuse us in 2016. Donald Trump, whether he won or lost, I don't know. When this airs, I don't know whether you're seeing it or not. Whatever, I might be in Canada by now. But whatever happened there, we let that happen. We let him abuse us. And those on the left, we let him. We didn't shut them down and say, stop him, get him away from your party. We didn't tell the news networks, stop putting him on. I was fired from KGO radio during the first Obama election because during a break I said, F Joe the plumber, I hope Joe the plumber drops MF dead. And I was fired for indecency. What I said was somehow indecent. Well, excuse the out of me. But there's not a thing that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth, from him talking about the size of his junk on television to him banning Muslims during the 2016 election, that I didn't find obscene. There wasn't one thing that Cruz or Rubio said that I didn't find patently and overtly offensive and against community standards. And not only did no one get fired, they got bigger ratings and bonuses. America, we're out of touch. We're medicated out of touch. We're obese out of touch. We're fed out of touch. We're out of touch. It's time to touch, honey. Now, you can take that however you want, and I'm serious about it. You touch yourself, you touch someone else, you do whatever you need to do. But you get back in touch with who you are, and then you get back in touch with who this country is. It's not such a bad place, really. I am Karel. Be who you want to be so long as it doesn't hurt anybody. That includes you. Don't forget the website, Really Karel. That's reallykarel.com. There's a free app there called the Karel Cast. It's at every app store. It's completely free. And guess what? Everything streams right into that. The Karelcast is underwritten by PowerMax.com. In 4 easy steps, get the best value for your Mac, iPad, iPhone, or iPod from the Mac experts. PowerMax, PowerMax.com. And FarmFreshFlowers.com. A local flower grower in Southern California. What's in the field today is at the door tomorrow. FarmFreshFlowers.com, an underwriter for over 10 years of Karel and Karel Life in Segments. And then Progressive Voices. Always progressive, always on. Progressive Voices is heard through the TuneIn app or at progressivevoices.com. If they're progressive, they're on Progressive Voices. And finally, All Clad Cookware donates to Cooking for the 99. They are the supplier of all of our cookware for Cooking for the 99. All Clad. That brings out the chef in you. We thank our underwriters at Karel Life in Segments.